Today, on Be Something Wonderful, why no one manifests anything in your reality but you. I am your host, Tom Kearin, and these are the studios of Be Something Wonderful, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, good morning and welcome back to the studios of Be Something Wonderful. We have another big video for you today as we continue our summer tour of Europe. The question came up, can I manifest and create for others in their reality? And can others manifest and create for me in my reality? And if they can, and if I can, does that mean I could potentially create and manifest a negative experience or reality for others, and that others could potentially manifest and create a negative or unwanted experience for me in my reality? Well, we've talked about this idea in many different ways, but let's talk about it again like we never have before. I want to start here, that you create your own reality, period. No one and nothing can manifest and create in your reality. And you cannot manifest and create in others, but you could create the experience that others are manifesting and creating for you, and you could create the experience that you are manifesting and creating for others. But it's really only ever you, because you're the center of all that is. It's your reality, right? Others exist because consciousness is consciousness. But the versions of those others, of the people, events, and circumstances of your life, are created by you, by who and what you're conscious of being. And that others, as points of consciousness, create according to who and what they are conscious of being. They create versions of you that are according to who and what they are conscious of being. It's all one awareness, all one consciousness, experiencing itself from infinite viewpoints or perspectives or vantage points. But you create your entire life experience, period. But you certainly could create the experience that others are creating in your reality, or that you're creating or manifesting for others. But it's always you creating that version of them that have manifested what they wanted, or are healed or whole, or a version of them, if it's the other way, if it's a negative experience, that are having a negative experience. But it's only you creating your reality. So Seth, the non-physical entity that was channeled through Jane Roberts, and there were a bunch of books written by them called the Seth Materials. He said this, you create your own reality. Well, it wasn't just him. Many before him said it, and many after him said it. But what does it mean? This means no one and nothing can create or manifest in your reality, in your experience. You, I am, are your own reality. So you not only manifest and create your own reality, you are your own reality. There's nothing outside or apart from you in your experience of and as all that is. I am awareness or consciousness is the one and only reality. Neville Goddard and other spiritual greats have said this. I am being the great one intelligent and conscious mind of God. There's only one I am, being aware and conscious of itself, knowing and experiencing itself through you and as you. This means the world, your world, literally revolves around you and as you. So yes, if someone asks you, yes, the world does revolve around me. The world is me. And I'm manifesting you asking me that. This literally, actually, you are the center of all that is. That's where I want to start today. So I've shown this, I want to show it again. You have I am, God, ultimate reality, existence, the one isness of reality, what the ancients called the I, right? The real you, the only one reality, that pure awareness, that pure consciousness. And then you have the birth of the awareness of being that isness, the awareness of being ultimate reality or existence or God. It's the birth of self-awareness, what the ancients called God's Son. Right? The birth of the one conscious and intelligent mind knowing itself, God being aware and conscious of itself as the one. And then there's you as a perspective or vantage point of that one, you as the center of all of it. You, the physically focused, conscious you, are the center of all of it. And we've talked about this idea of, yes, there is the idea of a subconscious or a subjective identity, what the ancients really referred to as the Son of Man. The Son of God being that pure awareness, that one intelligent mind, right? That perfect consciousness or awareness. And then the collective subjective identity as that awareness, being aware of itself. What some might call the collective consciousness. But think about this. What does that really mean? It means there are these infinite experiences or infinite finite experiences within the one universal mind of God, or all that is, or what is called the physical mind, with your subjective, personalized, individualized physical identity within the one. There's you in infinite other points of perspectives, but from your viewpoint, you create the versions of those other perspectives, you as the center. But the collective might be each one of these subjective identities or physical minds. Right? Remember, there are no other separate physical minds. There's just you experiencing yourself from infinite perspectives and others experiencing themselves from infinite perspectives. That creates the idea of this finite, limited experience of a physical mind. But it's all happening within the one mind of God, and you're the center. So you are the collective. Your perspective determines what the collective is. Wow. All of them having their own subjective experience, but from your viewpoint or vantage point, you create what that experience is. Wow. Infinite finite experiences. We talked about this idea of solipsism, where in solipsism you say that only my limited finite physical mind exists and no others. There are no others. They're just cardboard cutouts. And there's certainly no one divine mind. That's what solipsism is. We're not talking about this at all. We're talking about non-duality in the idea that there's only one mind, one God, and there are infinite experiences within that one mind. And we create these infinite physical experiences within this one mind of God. And we call it the physical mind, or ego, or whatever you want to call it. Your subjective, personalized, individualized physical identity within the one. The Father and I are one, but the Father is greater than I am. It means your subjective experience of reality is your reality, because you're one with you're one with the Father. The Father is greater. This one divine mind is even greater than the collective subjective identity of all individualized physical experiences. But it's also one with it at the same time. Wow. So I want to reintroduce, and I've done this in a few videos, the idea of the 7 levels of creation. Because the question comes up, well, if that's true, Tom, why do I have all of these different experiences, right, with different thoughts and different feelings and different appearances of others? If I'm creating all of them, then why does it seem like I'm not? Well, remember, we talked about the 7 levels of creation. The number 7 in the Bible, and the biblical meaning of this, means divine perfection or completeness. So there's 7 levels, right? The one intelligent conscious mind is level 6. We're going to talk about level 7 in a minute. But level 6 would be God's Son, beingness, of that great isness. Level 7 would be the ultimate reality itself, the isness of God, right? Unconditioned consciousness and consciousness and awareness. Then you have the one intelligent mind knowing itself as creation. So the 7 levels of creation is creation itself. And in that mind we live, we move, exist, and have our being, as Acts 17:25 said. And we've talked about these 7 levels of creation, right? Level 1 being physical reality, trying to make changes in physical reality, trying to create something there. And then you have level 2, our feelings. And then level 3, your thoughts. Level 4, your assumptions and beliefs they're still changeable, but less obvious. The assumptions and beliefs, what you believe is true, or the truth of who you are. Level 5 being that identity. And level 6 being all that is, or I am awareness. And yes, you create the idea of creative experiences on every level. But the thoughts and the feelings and the appearances of physical reality, even the assumptions, they're not source of anything. You are the ultimate source as all that is. And then you create experiences of your identity, your assumptions, your thoughts, your feelings, the physical appearances, or the physical reality. All these experiences of being creative on some level. So you have 1, the physically focused you, that experience. You have 2, the feelings. You have 3, the thoughts. You have 4, your assumptions and beliefs, right? That you believe are so true, or the truth of reality, that you don't question them anymore. They become this identity, this self-concept, or what you might call the subconscious identity or the subjective identity, that you don't question anymore. It feels like it's automatic. But it's all below and subject to your awareness of being. But hear this, it's below and subject to that I am awareness, but you also as the center. Yes, it feels like you're creating and projecting and reflecting that physical experience, but at the same time, you are that one divine mind. You're the center of all of it. So what is level 7 then? Level 7 is the physically focused, individualized personality, what you might even call the ego. The lowest level of creation, but also the center of all that is at the same time. Plus level 1, plus you as awareness of being, level 6. 6 plus 1 is 7, is God itself, existence itself. So to blow off your physical experience, or try to get rid of the ego, or bashing on your ego, or bashing on the physical experience, trying to ignore it, trying to get rid of it, that's all part of being God. God's not complete without that physically focused experience, or you. Plus the real you as I am awareness. You're both at the same time. I and the Father are one, but the Father is greater than I. You're one with it, but God's not complete. That's 6 plus 1 equals 7. All that is, or God itself. I want to show this today. It's really cool. In other words, the physically focused, individualized personality that you call you, or I am, with its ever-changing physical reflections and projections, or the physical experience, not only is a part of God, of I am, or all that is, but it completes God. It's all of God. All that is wouldn't exist without you. Creation is only finished with you. 6 plus 1 is 7. The whole wouldn't be whole. God wouldn't be God without you. Creation is finished. Well, you finish creation through your physical experience, for your infinite physical experiences, the ones that we resist and bang on about, bang up against, complain about. It all is part of God, knowing itself as God. All those changing reflections and projections are reality. Remember, if, like looking in a physical mirror, if you're real, your reflection or projection is real. It's reality. So it's not only a part of God or an aspect, but completes God. You complete God. All that is wouldn't exist without you. Creation is only finished with you. Wow. your physical experience. So creation's finished, but at the same time, it's evolving through your next perspective or viewpoint or vantage point, a physical perspective of who you are. So the physically focused, or what some call ego, you, in experience is real, like looking into the mirror at home. If you are real, your reflection or projection is real. It's just not what it seems, level one. It's not what it seems. I think one of you was saying, well, don't call the reflection or projection of reality because it's not real. It is real. And you're the center of it. It's a real experience is all that is. It's just not what it seems. That solid experience that seems continuous and solid and unchangeable is always changing. Wow. There is a greater reality behind it, level 6. Behind that physical experience is that greater reality, level 6, that contains all of these other experiences of identities and assumptions and thoughts and feelings. But behind that physical experience is the greater reality. And that greater reality completes all that is, or God. 6 plus 1 is 7. Level 1, the physically focused you, plus level 6, the awareness of being, I am awareness, is level 7, is God. Creation's finished. Everything else is the messy middle. The changing thoughts, the changing feelings, even your various assumptions about yourself and self-concept, that's all the middle. You create experiences from that because every level is creative. But it's from who you consciously declare yourself to be, from this center, as that one divine mind creates all of it. Wow. That's powerful. So let's show you this a little bit more. So it's never, I want to really hit on this idea. It's never about denying or ignoring or trying to get rid of your physical manifested experiences or reality. But rather it's knowing you're complete, whole, healed, and fulfilled already, level 6. It's not about calling that level 1, the physical manifested experience, an illusion, it's not real, so it doesn't matter. Circumstances don't matter means it's an experience as God. There's a greater reality behind it, and you're it. That's why they don't matter. You're the only thing that matters. You are that physical experience. But when we're trying to manifest from the bottom up, from level 1 to level 5, even to self-concept, no one and nothing, the thoughts and feelings, level 2, can affect or create your reality unless bottom up, you create that experience. Unless you're working from here, from that physical perspective, trying to work through feeling a certain way, trying to flip thoughts and feelings, trying to change your assumptions and your identity without knowing yourself as the center, as one with all that is, with your focus on the physical manifested experience as who you are when you're so much more. That's what we mean by that. So what is it about? It's you knowing that you are complete, whole, and healed and fulfilled already, level 6. And that the physical experience and the physically focused you is how you know, express, and experience yourself as all that is. Wow. Creating the ultimate self-concept with the conscious and intentional assumption, level 4, that I am who I am already complete. So do you see, you can, it's with that understanding, now you can create from levels 4 and 5, from the level of assumption and beliefs in that subconscious identity or your self-concept, knowing that you're already complete and whole. And then allowing all the changing thoughts and feelings just to be as they are. You don't have to do anything with them because you know who you are now. You're no longer trying to go from the bottom up, right? Believing that, oh yeah, this is who I am. I am those manifested experiences. You're that greater reality behind them all. So no one and nothing can create in your reality. That's why no one manifests anything in your reality but you. I am your host, Tom Kearin, and these are the studios of Be Something Wonderful, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, stay tuned. We're going to have more content on the Tom Kearin channel and just more videos and content coming here from our travels. Our summer tour of Europe continues. Until next time, with great love, with great light and infinite gratitude, this is Tom Kearin here in the studios of Be Something Wonderful. We'll see you soon.